Hello, my friends, and wherever you are out there, I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. And apologies, my voice is still sounding a little bit husky. And as you know, I'm all about giving value. So, what do I want to talk about today? As you know, I'm about helping you to find your purpose. I'm about helping you to move out of a 9-to-5 job and doing what you truly love. Because living life, never doing your purpose isn't living. That's just existing. What we truly want to do is live. Hello, Andrea, how are you? So what we want to truly do is live. So I'm just sharing you the principles how you can live on purpose. I've even got a program to help you to live on purpose, transition from a job to doing what you love. So today, let's talk about principle 4, having a powerful why. Now, as you know, this principle 4 is a follow-up to the previous principle, which was have a burning desire, because having a powerful why is a follow-up on having a burning desire. And I told you I will do a video and I will talk to you about how to have a powerful why. And as you know, let's just do a quick recap. First principle is you got to identify your gift. You got to live in your gift. You can't live your purpose. You can't inspire others to find their gift, their music, if you don't know your own gift. You got to identify your gift and you got to live in your gift. You got to show people your gift. Everything's got to be linked to your gift. As I'm doing now, with my speaking, with my storytelling, that's my gift. So you got to share it to the world. You got to put it out there. So identify and live in your gift. Now, the second principle was know your worth. Too many of us accept our worth based on what someone else tells us. And let me tell you something. A label is just someone else's opinion of what they think of you. It isn't a true reflection of you. Always remember, your true worth is priceless. Tell me something. Can you define water? We give water a label, but can it be defined? No, it can't. If you can't define water, if you can't define air, can you grab air? No, you can't grab air. If everything in this world can never be defined, then why do we let ourselves be defined? So remember, your true worth can never be defined by someone else. Your true worth is unique and only unique to you. Remember what I said. You are priceless. You are special. You are a diamond. I don't care what anyone else says. People, listen. Listen to me. You are priceless. You are special. You are a diamond. If you have to hear me, if you have to play this video over and over again, I don't care. I want this ingrained in your head. Too many people doubt their own self-worth. You are priceless. You are a diamond. I believe in you. I'll support you if you want me to. I'll be your cheerer. I don't care. But every single person in this world is special. And I don't care what anyone else says. You are special. Remember that and believe in that. That's second principle. Now, the third principle was have a burning desire. Remember what I said. It's never what's in your wallet that matters. Too often we're placing burning desire on, oh, let's hit 6 figures a month. Let's hit 5 figures. We're basing it so much on money. We're basing it so much on materialistic things. Am I saying I'm going to help you for free? Am I saying I'm not going to charge? No. Unfortunately, in this world, I would love to be able to not have to charge you, but I can't get away with that. So I'm not saying do everything for free. I'm not saying I'm not going to charge, but what I'm saying is this: too often we are drumming money down people's throat and saying that is the definition of success. So you can buy all materialistic things, buy a fancy car, buy a fancy house. I hate to break it to you. If you're going to find your happiness in materialistic things, that means you need to find your happiness outside of yourself. Until you look within yourself and identify that deep burning desire and find that happiness within yourself, I'm sorry, you're never ever going to find happiness. Because, let me point something out to you, my friends. Materialistic things, do they really bring you happy? Do they really bring you happiness? Believe me, in my life I've been able to experience having materialistic things and not having materialistic things. And let me assure you, it's what's in your heart that matters most, and what you give meaning to things, that will provide happiness. So have a burning desire greater than money. Have a burning desire to love. Have a burning desire to serve. I don't know what that burning desire is for you, but my burning desire is I just want to help people. I want to impact on the world. I want to speak on the stages and share my message to people. I want to show people you can be anything you want to be. I want to give people hope. I want to be their light in their darkest times. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because people are hurting, and I know what it's like to be at your lowest. I've seen too much pain. My eyes have seen too much, and I don't wish that on anyone. So, that's the 3 principles. Now, let's talk about that 4th one. Have a powerful why. Now, I'm going to share some stories here, and each story has a reason. So, what I want to share with you, I want to share with you a story. It was about a master, and he had a student. And his student came up to him, and he said, "Master, I want to know what will help me in my darkest times. I want to know what will help me get through it. What will help me to give people hope when I've lost hope myself." And believe me, this video couldn't be more relevant than what it is today. I see so many people hurting. So let me share with you why a powerful why is so important. And the master said to his student, he said, "My son, it isn't that people aren't successful." He said, it's the reasons for not doing it become greater than the reasons for doing it, is why people aren't successful. And the student was confused, bemused, and he said, "Master, what do you mean? I don't understand you." He said, "My son, if you don't have a powerful why that's built on deep human connection with a greater need than yourself, where you don't need to be pushed to do it," he said, "you will find that the excuses for not doing it will become greater than your desire to do it, because the reasons are stronger than your desire to want to do it, because you don't have a powerful why." And he said to the master, he said, "How do I have a powerful why?" And the master said, "Let me tell you about the gazelle and the lion." And he said, once upon a time, there was a gazelle and a lion in Africa. And this lion was hunting for food to feed her family. And she saw this gazelle. And this gazelle was just in the field with a pack of gazelles. And this gazelle didn't have a care in the world. And so when the lion approached, all the other gazelles started noticing it. started becoming aware to it. However, this gazelle wasn't aware. And so the lion got closer and closer. And then, when all the other gazelles saw this lion, all the gazelles started running. And then this gazelle saw this lion. However, it was too little, too late. Because what then happened is that lion caught the gazelle. And the master said to the student, he said, "Do you know why that gazelle got caught?" And the student goes, "No, I don't know why." The master said, "Can you see the gazelle didn't have a powerful enough reason to run away?" The master said, the gazelle saw the lion. However, it didn't run. Why? Because it needed external motivation to push itself. And the master said that gazelle did not have intrinsic motivation. So it didn't have any internal motivation. It had external motivation. Now, what external motivation is, that's called push motivation. So what do I mean by that? It means you need to be pushed in order to do something. So because that zebra needed a lion attacking it to push it, it didn't have that motivation to get up and run. So it was too little too late. And the master said, "Can you see, if the only reason you have to do something is about yourself?" And the master said, "See, all that zebra was thinking about was itself. Because it was thinking about itself, it didn't have a bigger reason than itself. And also it had external motivation. And because it had external motivation, it had push motivation, which means it needed a reason to have to run away." And so the master said, "Can you see, my son? Having a why like that, that's how you'll never get to where you want to go." He said, "That's how the gazelle got killed." Now, the master said, "Can you tell me something about the lion?" And he then said the story about the lion. He said, the lion, it was hunting all day, and she was tired. And it could have put its paws up and said, "No, I'm too tired today. I've been hunting all day for food and I couldn't get anywhere." And the master said, "However, you want to know something? Even when that lion was tired, even when that lion had nothing to give, when it was all out of everything, had no energy, nothing, it still pushed itself." And the master said, "Do you know why that lion was able to succeed, my son?" And the student goes, "No." "Why, master?" The master said, "Because that lion had intrinsic motivation. It had internal motivation." So what is that? That's pull motivation. When you are pulled towards something, you don't need a reason. You don't need to be told. And the master said, "Do you think that lion needed a reason to go hunting when it was tired?" And the student said, "How come it had the reason?" And the master goes, "It had its cubs to feed. And if it didn't get something, its cubs would die. And the mommy couldn't have that. It needed to hunt. It would kill so its cubs could feed itself." That lion didn't need a reason. That lion didn't need an alarm clock and say, "Wake up, lion, it's time to hunt." That lion was doing it for a bigger reason than itself. And this is what I've learned with intrinsic motivation, with pull motivation. When you are doing it for a bigger reason than yourself. Hear my words. When you are doing it for a bigger reason than yourself, you will find the motivation. You will find the drive. You will find the hunger to go all the way. When people try to put you down and say you don't have what it takes, you become that lion. You have the heart of a lion. That's what's so beautiful about intrinsic motivation. You don't need no reason. You don't need no alarm clock. That lion didn't need a reason. It was doing it for a bigger reason than itself. And that's how that lion was able to succeed. It had intrinsic motivation. It was pulled. You want to be pulled. You never want to be pushed. Push, you need a reason. Pull, you don't need a reason. So intrinsic motivation. You want to be pulled towards what is calling you. I'm pulled every single day. I never give up. I'm too hungry to make it happen. So you see, you got to have that intrinsic motivation. You got to have that pull motivation. You got to have a bigger reason than yourself. And I assure you, if you have those three components, intrinsic motivation, pull motivation, and most importantly, a bigger reason than yourself. And this may come as a surprise to you, and this may also shock you, because this is what society has tried to condition into everyone. And they'll say money is important. However, money is the worst motivator. You see, money doesn't state a bigger reason than yourself. If you are chasing money, you're chasing it for yourself. You see, I learned that the hard way. Money's not the best motivator. You want a motivator? Choose a bigger reason than yourself. Do it for your family. What about for your kids? What about the person you gave your word to that you said you'll do it? It's got to be a bigger reason than yourself. And I assure you, my friends, you'll have the power to go all the way. And so the master said to the student, he said, now son, do you see the difference between a lion and a gazelle? And he asked the student, and he said, what do you want to be, my son? Do you want to be the lion, or do you want to be the gazelle? And the student goes, I want to be the lion, master. So I ask you, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the lion, or do you want to be the gazelle? You see, I know what I am. I'm that lion, no matter what. Question is, what do you want to be? Which one are you? And that's a beautiful story. And I want to share another story with you. You see, when you have a powerful why, this is how you become a champion. And this story demonstrates it so perfectly, because you may wonder, I'm going to use a boxing example, and you know, this story, this isn't about boxing. This isn't about sports. This boxing story is a metaphor for life. It's a metaphor for how, when you have a powerful why, you can overcome anything in life. And what I really want you to get from this story is that when life has you against the ropes, when life's pounding on you, when life's not giving up, when it ain't backing down, it's coming at you and you're too tired, your why's got to be greater than life's punch. Your why's got to be stronger than people's negativity. So I ask you, is your why greater than life's punch? When life has you against the ropes, what do? Do you fight back? Or do you give up? So I want to share this story because this is a great metaphor for life. And this is about the underdog rising against the odds, never giving up when everyone counts them out. And you may know this. You may know sometimes in life people try to count you out. People try to say you don't have what it takes. Why don't you give up? Why don't you go back to a day job? People will try to count you out. But your why's got to be greater than life's punch. Your why's got to be stronger than the hits of life. So let me share with you this story. You know, there was this boxer. Now he was considered he was considered a nobody. He wasn't a big name boxer. He wasn't famous. He wasn't even considered great. He was just considered an average boxer. His name was Buster Douglas, and he came up against Mike Tyson. Now, I want you to look at this. Mike Tyson was unbeatable. And he was a hard puncher, a power puncher. Now, he really packed power in those punches. And nobody could beat him. And everyone was saying, man, Buster Douglas has no chance. Why don't they just call off the fight now? How often in life are you told that? Now, you got no chance. Give up while you can. Buster Douglas was counted out before the fight even begun. And so the fight went on. It happened. Buster Douglas got hit by Mike Tyson, and he got knocked down. And man, the world went, oh no, he ain't getting up. He doesn't have what it takes. Everyone thought he was out. And then he rose when he wasn't given a chance in the world. And everyone was shocked, because what Buster Douglas did then, nobody had ever done. Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. And the world was shocked. The world couldn't believe it. Mike Tyson got knocked down. How is this possible? He was unbeatable. No one could knock him down. How can Buster Douglas take his power and still stand up and fight back? And so the world was shocked. And Buster Douglas was asked, how did you do it? How did you beat Mike Tyson? And Buster Douglas said, it was very easy. Before the fight, my grandmother had died. It was either his grandmother or mother. And he said before the fight, she had died. And she promised everyone, she was telling everyone that I was going to knock Mike Tyson out. And I made a promise to her that I will win this fight for her. And don't forget, he was also considered a nobody. No one gave him any credit. Does this sound familiar? And here's the thing. How did Buster Douglas win? Can you see something? His why was greater than Mike Tyson's punch. You see, Mike Tyson, when he fought, his power was about himself. But see, Mike Tyson, you see, Buster Douglas had a bigger reason. He was doing this for his mom or his grandmother. He made a promise to her. He gave her her word. I will win this for you. When you give your word to someone, when you're doing it for another person besides yourself, ooh, that's power. Ooh, that's motivation. And that's all the power you need. And you see, Buster Douglas, he had intrinsic motivation. He was pulled to win in this fight. He didn't need to be told why. He was doing this for his mom, his grandmother. He was doing it for all those people that were counted out in life, that had no chance. Everybody wanted to put down. He showed the world, when you have a powerful why, you can beat anybody or anyone. And I've always seen this in life. Heart. I want to give you a line I heard. It isn't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the heart. It's the size of the heart in the dog in the fight. You see, size means nothing. It's your heart. Heart is what wins matches. Heart is what wins life. If you've got a powerful why, you've got heart, then you can handle life's punches. And you can handle life. And there's one other story I want to tie this off with. And you may notice in my previous video, Principle 3, there was a friend I was talking to. And I told you I would share you his message. Because one time I asked him, I said, my brother, what's your why? Now this why, his why may or may not bring me to tears. Now, remember what I said, it isn't weak for a man to cry. It takes strength to show emotions. So to all the men out there who are a little bit worried about crying, Never be worried. It's a sign of strength. So, let me share this story with you. You see, I was talking to this friend, and he told me what he's been through life. He told me all the heartache he endured. And I asked him, I said, far out, man. That's one hell of a story. How did you overcome it? And he said, Chris, he said, I needed to have a powerful why. He said, I got hit by life because my why wasn't powerful enough. And I realized I needed to do it for a bigger reason than myself. And I said, so what was your reason? What got you off the canvas? Because if you can inspire me, you can inspire so many other people out there. So I want other people to hear your why. And he said, my why is very simple, Chris. He said, I'm a man of my word, Chris. And my why is based on my word. And so, he said, when I give you my word stays given. So I said to him, I said, so what's your word? He said, my why. He said, I gave a word to my dad that I would look after my family, Chris. That I will provide for my family. Now, I gave him that word. And I said to him, I said, is your dad still alive? And he goes, no. He said, I owe it to him. I gave him my word I would look after he would look after his family. And I said, what else is your why? And he said, when I got married, Chris, his wife's dad said to him, he said, can you please look after my daughter? And I gave my word I will look after her. And I will provide for her. And I said, man, I'm feeling her. And he said, there's still a little bit more, Chris. He said, have you ever seen anyone going through suicide? Have you ever seen anyone going through depression, wanting to give up on life? Have you ever seen the pain in someone's eyes that you love the most? And I'm thinking, right now what we're going through, we need a why more than ever. And I said to him, I said, yeah. He said, Chris, you know, I'll never forget it. One time, I saw the pain in my wife's eyes. And we were nearly chucked out. We nearly got our house repossessed. We were nearly living on streets, nearly homeless. And he said, Chris, I'll never forget the pain I saw in her eyes. And I said, why did that hurt you so much? He said, I gave my word to my dad. I will look after my family. And he said, I gave my word to her dad that I would look after my family. And I could see the pain in his eyes. And he said it never hurt more than that. When you see the pain in someone you love the most. And he said, I'll never forget that pain. And she said to him that you have a gift that you need to share with the world. And he said to me, he said, I'll be honest with you, Chris. Even though she said that, I was losing along the way. I was losing that burning desire. I was losing that powerful why. And I remember he said to me, he said, Chris, you know, I told her I can't do it no more. I can't inspire people no more. I've got no more heart. And I could see in his eyes, he meant what he said. He was ready to give up. And he told me, he said he met a wise man. And this wise man, beautiful man, G'day in Bali, said, you know, you've got a gift. Your gift will change the world. And he said, you know what, Chris, I was losing hope until that moment came. And you see, I gave him my word that I will inspire the world with my gift, that I will change the world with my gift. And he said, the healer said, people are waiting for you. People are dying to hear you. And he said to me, he said, one other reason what his why was. He said, I'm sick to death of people dying. He said, I've had mates that have killed themselves to suicide. He said, nothing hurt more when I saw my own wife wanting to kill herself, he told me. And I could see how much he loved he loved his wife. And I could see the hurt in his eyes. And he said, can you see, Chris, can you see my why isn't about me? My why is about the pain I see. My why is about saving lives. And what I love, his why isn't about him. He doesn't need an alarm clock to wake him up. He doesn't need an alarm clock to motivate him. It's all intrinsic motivation. He's pulled to his calling, and that's what you want to be. You want to be pulled to your calling, to your gift. You never want to be pushed, you want to be pulled. And he told me, he said, that's what got him through the darkest times. He said, that's my why. And I said, thank you. I said, thank you for sharing that. That meant a lot to me. And so, in summary, how do you have a powerful why? I know what the world wants to tell you. And I know what society wants to tell you. It's all about money. It's all about materialistic things. It's all about having a flashy car, flashy house, hot girl, hot guy, I don't know. Society will attempt to tell you it's materialistic things. Society will attempt to tell you you need to look out externally outside of yourself. Let me tell you, having a powerful why isn't about materialistic things. Having a powerful why isn't about money. Having a powerful why isn't about what's in your wallet. Having a powerful why is about what's in your heart and what you give meaning to from your heart. And having a bigger reason than yourself. And when you have a bigger reason than yourself, when you're prepared to go all out for that bigger reason than yourself, you will always have something driving you. You will never lose motivation. And let me assure you, let me assure you this, when you have a powerful why from your heart, a bigger reason than yourself, do it for someone. Make your why to do it for the world, to do it for other people instead of yourself. Because I assure you, when you have a powerful why, that isn't about yourself. That is about service. That's about love, about compassion, kindness to one another, helping one another when someone falls. Let's start giving a hand to someone instead of pushing someone down. Let's start speak uplifting words instead of putting someone down. I had to learn this the hard way, that a powerful why is what's in your heart, never what's in your wallet. And when you have this powerful why, I assure you, the reasons for doing it will be so much greater than the reasons for never doing it. And you never have to worry. You will never lose motivation, because your powerful why is what will keep you going in your darkest times. Believe me, the why is what has kept me going. Having a why will get you through all the storms, I assure you. It's when you lose that why, when you are just chasing the money, when you are just making it all about yourself, that isn't a why, and that's when you will lose motivation. Your why will carry you through the storms, and you will then be able to experience the rainbows of life. And if you want to know one other thing, you might say, oh man, that friend of yours is incredible. However, he's special. I can't be like him. Let me tell you a word of advice. I know anybody, if they just have a powerful why, that's on a bigger reason than themselves, is based on intrinsic motivation than external, is pull motivation rather than push, is based on what's in your heart rather than what's in your wallet, and you're doing it for a bigger reason than yourself, I assure you, that guy had that why, and you'll be able to be like him. And you want to know why? Because that very why, that very guy I was talking about was me. And that's my why. And I share that with you because I want to give you some motivation, and I want to tell you that's how you have the why. That's how you build a powerful why. So, ask yourself, what's your why? What's your why that will keep you going in the toughest times? And if you need help with finding your powerful why, send me a message. I'm more than happy to help you. Because I believe this, if everyone has a powerful why, we can make the world a much better place. Thank you so much. Namaste.